This is the Corinthian helmet found within the Minneapolis Institute of Art. The helmet was a gift of Ruth and Bruce Dayton. Bruce, a prominent Minnesota businessman, became a trustee of the MIA and donated millions of dollars in art during his lifetime. The Corinthian helmet is found in the European art department, and if I could put it in a category, it's a very fascinating look into the practical, everyday items of ancient culture. What would have been commonplace then takes us back in time today. I love how the plaque beside the helmet describes it as an especially beautiful utilitarian object. Long ago, this helmet was a piece of a Corinthian soldier's personal set of armor. The helmet itself is made of a single sheet of bronze, showing the skill involved in its creation. Here's some things to note about the style in which the helmet was created.
The Corinthian helmet right here was a piece, or would have been a piece of personal armor for a Corinthian soldier. It took a lot of skill to make, and even was made out of a single sheet of bronze, which shows how much skill and craftsmanship was needed to form it and shape it and craft it. There's no ear holes, none at all. Come here. There's no ear holes on this thing at all, which would have been kind of a flaw that these helmets would have had. We're really knocking down our soldiers on the five senses here, giving them not only kind of a hard time seeing, but not even able to hear is kind of a big deal. It's also got a rounded top, rounded crown, which is just noting the craftsmanship and also the just full protection that this helmet would have given. It's got a nose guard, which is very similar to a lot of other Corinthian helmets that would have been similar to the time period. There's even one from the Met, seen here, I think. There'll be a picture of it here. And as you can see here, there's another nose guard. It's also got a lot of these holes that come across the edge line of the helmet. That would have been used to pin whatever the inner lining was of the helmet. And as you can see on this helmet, it's got the same thing. It's got a hole there in the middle, and even up on the top, it's got other holes that would have been used to not only put in a leather liner that would have been added for comfort and for further protection, but also to put in like a horsehair plume or other crests across the helmet for decorative purposes and also protection. So that is the Corinthian helmet and some of its major features.
The artifact pertains to the course very closely. The helmet itself is said to be from around the year 540 BC, putting it on our timeline in the archaic age of ancient Greek history. This time period would have been the rise of the polis, or the city structure that was founded by the ancient Greeks. The context this helmet would have been used in was within a phalanx. The phalanx was the primary fighting style of the Greeks. It included a team of tight-knit, shoulder-to-shoulder soldiers that would advance as a wall. Dressed in armor and often with spears, the soldiers were a fierce new advancement in warfare of the ancient world. The Greeks that made up a phalanx were known as the hoplites. The hoplites were the middle-class people of Greek society. Each soldier was equipped fully with armor and weapons. But since most people couldn't provide that for themselves, it was the wealthier hoplite class that were able to don such weapons and armor. A helmet just like this would have been personally owned and used by a hoplite that was a part of a phalanx. It's amazing to think how this helmet, that now sits in a case at the museum, was once a piece of modern war equipment. The reason this piece is significant is that it's an amazing window into human history. As we reflect on the hundreds and hundreds of years of humanity, this Corinthian helmet makes history feel all the more real. And really, at the MIA, that's what all the pieces of history do. They make everything we learn reality, helping us to get in touch with just how big the world we live in really is.